In any case, here we are, and we're back, starting off with Mr. Holmes, directed by Bill Condon, who has directed such great epic movies for our time, such as Candyman 2, Farewell to Flesh, and Twilight Breaking Dawn, Part 1 and 2. Deary, deary me. It's based upon the book by Mitch Cullen. I believe it's called A Slight Trick of the Mind. And of course, prior to that, based upon characters by Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. And it stars Sir Ian McKellen. That's really all you need to know. This is a movie very much focusing upon Sherlock Holmes, and very much is I dare say a vehicle for Sir Ian McKellen. It just tells you just how great Ian McKellen is from start to finish. And he is great from start to finish. But apart from that, this is still a great movie. It has an interesting story and a mystery within it. The story is that it takes place later in Sherlock Holmes' life. He's now 90 years old and he's trying to rack his brain around this last case. This case that made him stop being a detective. This final unsolved mystery for him. And it's made difficult for him because he's getting older. His faculties are starting to fail him, he's losing his memory, and he's becoming a very trottery, very fragile old man. And seeing him try and rack his brain around this with the help of some of the other cast members is great. One of the things I'll definitely say for the movie's favour, and I never thought I'd say this in a movie review, is that the hair and makeup within this movie, I had to say it twice then just to make sure I actually said it at all, the hair and makeup within this movie is fantastic. I have to say that it truly is. Ian McKellen within this movie does look 90 years old. He isn't 90 years old. He looks very good for his age. Within this movie, he looks absolutely ancient. So when we actually get scenes, flashbacks to early on in Sherlock Holmes' life, it feels as though those moments are just like archive footage in a way. It feels almost like Boyhood. You're seeing footage that was recorded 10, 20 years ago, then all of a sudden we jump forward and that's what he looks like. That is what Ian McKellen looks like. He isn't, but it deceives you long enough, which is truly, truly great, brilliant. I dare say this movie may be nominated for some awards in that regard later on. It's an interesting movie. It's more a movie that deals with the necessity for fact and fiction. This is a movie in which Sherlock Holmes did exist. He wasn't a literary character. He was just a detective who had great adventures, but these adventures were inflated and made greater and bolder by Dr. Watson, who wrote his Sherlock Holmes adventures and sold them in books and such, which led to tourist booms and all this, that and the other. It's a great movie. It's an interesting movie. One that looks at Sherlock Holmes in a new and interesting way. It's curious that we've had now Sherlock Holmes, a young Sherlock Holmes, we've had normal Sherlock Holmes, and now we're having old man Sherlock Holmes. It is truly great, truly brilliant, and truly interesting. I recommend this movie. It is, I dare say, a movie that could get lost within the whole craziness which is the summer season, but if you want something a little more quiet, a little more sedate, a little bit more grown up, go and see the movie. Go and see the movie. Go and see the movie.